What's up, guys? It is Sunday fun day over here. I just wanted to take a short video of uh, polishing these wheels. I am going with a full restoration on 1985 250R, which is an ATC, and I just got my wheels back from the anodizing place, and this is how they come back from the etching process. So basically, it's kind of like a machined aluminum, and they do a phenomenal job of cleaning them up. And obviously, these were gold before the cleanup, and right now I'm just going through the polishing process, which completely sucks. It's terrible, but I want to show you all something, just in case that there's some of you out there that's doing these race bikes. As you guys know, a lot on these bikes. Actually, most of the components are aluminum because they're race bikes, right? And so here's one side of the face. After I get done with it, you want a mirror-like finish if you can get it, as close as you can, because when you go to anodize them or powder coat them, and these are probably going to be powder coated, and I used to anodize them and I just couldn't get the color right. I went through 6 powder coats, and I'm talking about a translucent powder coat. So when they say translucent, it means it's just going on a thin layer over the surface. So really you want a chrome surface or a very, very polished aluminum surface. And I found the correct, perfect match via the translucent powder coat. So I don't anodize them anymore because of the color match. Not necessarily just because, the anodizing is or the powder coat is better, or the anodizing is better. Either or. I mean, when you're doing one of these full restoration bikes, the powder coat is more than good enough. I've had my Austin Healey wheels powder coated for 2 years now, driving on these Houston roads where it's basically a third world country as far as roads are concerned, and got like one nick in them. So yeah, I'm a powder coat guy now as far as the gold rims are concerned. So I'm going to go through one of these and show you how I polish them, and this is the quick way. But you can only really do it this way without sanding if you're starting with something this clean. And again, most places that do anodizing can do this for you. So you really want a piece of carpet or some rags to, put this on, so you don't scratch up your aluminum. Why? Because you have to maneuver it a lot. So as you can see, this side's pretty bad. These are date coated 85 original OEM wheels, so it just kind of is what it is. The fronts are actually really, really good shape. The backs, you can see how some of those are, been kind of gnarled up or whatever. And but that's okay, because you're not going to see a lot of the back once it actually gets on. But unfortunately, you still have to do the back. Okay, so I got a better vantage point here. Again, you see how they kind of start out? This is what we want. Here's what I do. I get Ultra Cut Compound, which is a really, really fine grit from Meguiar's. This is kind of an old bottle, but I get the big bottle. You're going to go through a lot of stuff. This is the 12, so it's heavy cut. You can spend your time sanding them, or whatever the case may be, 400 to 800 to 1200, et cetera, but you don't really need to do that, like I was telling you earlier, if they are done properly from the anodizing place, meaning cleaned properly. So I use this, and then of course the, see if you can see it, Mother's Mag and aluminum polish. I use both of those combined. So you're going to go through a lot of this too. On a TRX, on a four-wheeler, if you're redoing the gold wheels, which is 86 and 87 only, you're going to go through a lot more, obviously being 4 wheels, but three-wheeler, 3 wheels, not as bad. So I'm just using my finger to try to evenly applicate. I use the polish first, and then I'll put the cut compound in there. And this is just kind of a trick that I've found. I used to, like I said, sand these things down, and it would take me days and days and days. On most of your aluminum, your forks and stuff like that on your bike, you are going to have to sand it. Can't really take those to the anodizing place and say, hey, you know, go through that process, and realistically I don't think it's needed. On this inner part, for some reason it's like more machined aluminum than the rest of it, and that is from Honda. I've got a 400 grit here, and I'm just going to go around this real quick and kind of even this out. So you will have to sand that portion, but it's not like you need to spend a lot of time doing it. When you sand, you're going to get this little aluminum portion on your sandpaper. That's good. Just keep going with that. So you don't get deep marks. And you'll feel it, you know, get smoothed out as you go. This is probably boring as hell for most of you, but for some of you that's interested on how wheels get redone, the gold portion, or you're interested in maybe doing yours soon, this is going to save you a ton of time. And money. Sandpaper is expensive if you're doing it that way, or have been doing it that way. So as you can see, my pad is filthy. I'll do one wheel and just take some soap and water and wash this thing out, and then go on to the next wheel. So you want to get around the edges. The TRX wheels are much easier to polish because they have the curled lips. You really have to get inside here, and this lip hiding spot, I don't know what you call it, basically a cubby in here. You really have to get inside there good. And you'll see why I kind of call it the hiding spot, because a lot of your polish and stuff's going to hide in there even after you get done. So that's why you always want to use your dirty rag first to get that polish out before you use your clean one. Okay, now for the ultra cut compound. You don't need a lot. Just slosh that stuff around, man. And this part's going to be the loud part. I use my feet to try to keep it still. If not, it's going to go everywhere. So really, really dirty job. All right. Dirty rag first. Getting those hard to reach areas with your dirty rag because it's going to collect a lot of the compound and the polish. And then a cleaner rag. So you may want to wash your pad in between, depending on how bad it's got. Trying to get all the nastiness out of the aluminum, or how bad that one side of that wheel is. And then go at it one more time just to get, you know, the desirable mirror finish. And you may have to sand these welds a little bit also, if you want. I mean, they're not going to come out like great because they are welds, but there you go. And again, I'll rub on this a little bit more, but you get the gist. So, I mean, that's basically a mirror finish, and that's going to be really good enough for any anodizing that you want to do, or any transparent powder coat that you want to do. And here's where we started. Pretty cool, huh? And I'll update a video after I get them done. This will be my third set doing them in this manner. I'll show you what they're going to turn out looking like. I already have some done. I can kind of show you exactly what they get done once they get completely done looking like. Now, it is going to cost you quite a bit of money to do this process. Obviously, you already have the wheels, but if you go the other route, I didn't have OEM wheels for the other two bikes. If you go that route, it's going to cost you more. But if you already have them, they're going to charge you for the process of the etching, and they're going to charge you for the process of the powder, and the powder is kind of expensive. Anodizing, it's actually a little bit cheaper here anyways. I'm in Houston. Yeah, let me bring you in here. Excuse the mess. I work in my garage usually, but yeah, so here's what they kind of come out looking like. I don't know if you can you probably get the gist. Here's some more. And there's another one. Yeah. Just wanted to kind of show you exactly what I do, my methods, and maybe it may help you. So y'all have a good day and have a good Sunday.